Well, hello and welcome to Pop and Heat, episode 52. I'm Kier.
And I'm Leash, and welcome to your new favorite wrestling podcast.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome back, everybody.
We're on the other side of our bicentennial.
That's right. Yes, we were just laughing about this. Not sure what to call it.
Trying to figure out the correct wording for when you're on the other side of 50, and that's what we came up with, so that's what we're going with.
Yeah, we are on our way to the centennial episode.
Yeah, that's right.
Figure we'll be there somewhere around WrestleMania 44.
Yeah. You think so?
Probably before then, but I don't
Maybe.
know. We like to take a week off here and there.
We had a bit of a hiatus in the fall last year when I was having my neck surgery, so I feel like we might get some more episodes in this year than last year.
You're right. Yeah, we'll probably get there a lot faster.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. We're in Backlash week.
We are.
Yep, our next I want to say pay-per-view, premium live event.
Yeah, we're not paying for them anyway. I mean, we're paying the Netflix
PLE.
monthly.
Which we were paying
cost.
anyway.
Yeah,
So
it's irrelevant.
Yeah, the next PLE after WrestleMania. So there's 5 matches. We're gonna go through them and do some predictions for you tonight and let you know what we think is gonna happen. I'm not prepared, so I'm gonna make my predictions on the fly.
As am I.
Good.
And yeah, so we're gonna forego the recap on SmackDown and Raw. Like if you're watching this, you've probably already seen them. I mean, I don't want to discount what we do normally because we're gonna do it again, but
that doesn't mean don't watch our other episodes because they're good.
That's right. You'll enjoy what we do. But no, we're going to focus more on just doing predictions for Backlash. I got to say, typically Backlash is like kind of a throwaway PLE because it's right after Mania and it's like, storylines are sort of, quickly ramped up and there's not much meat on the bone there. But this time it's not really the case.
Yeah.
There's quite a bit of
There's some
decent
good
stuff
here.
Yeah, I mean, despite all the chaos happening in WWE right now and the instability or seeming instability, there's some good stuff happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, with the wrestlers that are still employed.
We have a lot of that stuff to unpack in the social because there's a lot going on right now, and I have a lot of points to add to that. But yeah, excited for Backlash. Like you said, there's a lot of good matches in there, good storylines that all are coming to fruition. I just wanted to say Danhausen had posted a video of like an old promo for Backlash. I don't know if you saw that, but it's like Triple H and like, I don't know who else is in it, Shawn Michaels, I don't know who else, but it's everybody just like angrily going, Backlash, Backlash. And it's just like flashing between wrestlers. And then it's just Danhausen, like present day, like in a room with just a wall behind him going, Backlash.
Fantastic.
And, I watched it a couple times today because I was laughing at it. And our son, Maverick, was kind of over my shoulder. And then he's 2.5 and he's going, Backlash, Backlash, Backwash.
Fantastic. Backwash. Nice.
Yeah, that's funny.
They are getting it right with Danhausen. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And he's in this new PLE, so
I know.
It's going to be cool. There's a lot of these like mid-card guys that are sort of big time, like Penta.
Yeah.
Penta's freaking huge. Merch Maniac, Danhausen, like these guys are making money.
Yeah.
And apparently that's all that matters.
Yeah, Danhausen had one of the highest merch sales, I think, WrestleMania weekend.
Yep.
So
right out of the gate, he was just a monster with it. Yeah.
Pretty cool. Well, let's get into the matches and our predictions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. First match up is Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker with Paul Heyman at ringside.
I mean, it's hard, right? You always want to put your heart into these things. You want to pick who you want to win as opposed to who you think's going to win. I want Seth Rollins to win. I just don't see how that works for what they're trying to do with Braun Breaker. I don't really see where it leaves Seth Rollins either.
So that's what I was gonna say. I don't really see how either of these people can lose this match. Like, Seth's just come back and he's kind of got to get built back up as this big star again. But also, same thing for Braun Breaker. Like, he was away and he's come back and they're trying to make him this big scary star. So I'm confused on which one can feasibly lose this match storyline wise. I mean, I think we've got to have some kind of like interference here. Does the rest of
Yeah,
the
oh, there's no
vision
clean win.
interfere?
That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
If there's a win and not a disqualification, it's not going to be clean. And I will. So here we go. My prediction will be that Seth will get the win, but it's going to be because he outsmarted Braun Breaker
Mhm.
and Paul
Mhm.
Heyman
Right.
effectively.
Okay.
Um, that's his whole thing right now is like, you're not ready. You don't have this.
Yeah.
You got everything else, but you don't have this. And like, I wrote the book on this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So, and he did. Like, I was watching a thing earlier talking about, who's better, Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins. And the guy was like, well, it depends on what you're talking about. Like,
Yeah.
if you're talking in ring ability, it's not even a conversation.
Yeah.
Like, Seth Rollins is phenomenal. And yeah, I would think that he's got enough to get a win over on Braun with some sort of outsmarting scenario. And it'll keep things alive. It's not going to leave Braun looking weak.
Mm.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm throwing it to Seth because I don't see how he loses without looking weak, and that just carries no weight going forward. So, yeah.
Yeah. I like this because I feel like the only way that Braun Breaker wins this match is if the Vision interferes, and that feels just really repetitive to me, even though he's, kind of just came back, but I don't feel like that's any different than what's been happening to Seth Rollins, just the Vision messing with him. So I think that your take on it is maybe gonna give it something a little more interesting than just, Logan Paul showing up and getting involved.
Well, and like, are we gonna believe that this is gonna all culminate at Backlash? Like, no, there's too much going on. It's been too long in the works for it to just be all said and done at Backlash. So whatever happens, it will carry on the saga.
Yeah,
But
and they
yeah,
had to take a break from the storyline for a little bit because everybody was
yeah.
injured, so they've gotta.
So I think that eventually Braun's going to get the better of Seth in this, and I think that makes sense. I mean,
Mhm.
28 versus 40. I think Seth's got to do what he's got to do here. Um, Braun's the future. I mean, he's like Big Papa Pump Part 2, and I think eventually that's gonna you know it's all gonna go in his favor, but it's too early.
Yeah.
And as we always talk about on this show, the road to the PLE sort of dictates what you're gonna see generally,
Mhm.
and it's whoever's getting the better of the other on the way generally loses at the PLE, and Braun's getting the better of him. Even when it looked like Seth was maybe getting a bit of revenge the other day, Braun just ended up on top again because
Yeah.
of the Street Profits interfering, so, no, I'm gonna stick with Seth.
Yeah. I'll go with that. I'll go with that. I'm on board. I don't think that Braun Breaker can win this storyline wise. So I'm on board with what you said. I'm not really sure where it goes after that. We'll have to see.
It's interesting because he lost his Mania match because of Braun, right?
Mhm.
So the Gunther thing just sort of goes away. Now
Yeah.
he's on to Cody, so like that's just
I don't
no
like
no more Seth and
any of
Gunther.
that.
One match
Yeah.
and we're out. We attacked each other a couple times
Just
on the
makes me
way.
more mad that that match even happened in the first place because it was just nothing. It meant nothing.
It seems like it's gonna go down as a throwaway. It was just a way to sort of buy time, I
Yeah,
guess,
that's
right?
what it was. Yeah.
And keep the Braun thing breathing. But here we go. Right now
Mhm.
we're moving.
I'm with you. Okay, so next one we have Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn with Lil Yachty at ringside. We love us some Lil Yachty.
Lil Yachty, don't we love Lil Yachty? Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
I gotta think that Trick Williams is winning this. They're not like, but at the same time, I'm like, if Sami Zayn loses, like, what do you just like
Is
crumple
it
up
for the
into a
belt?
ball?
It's gotta be,
Yes,
right?
it is. Yes.
I wanna say my instinct says Sammy's gonna win because he's the heel now, right? Like, they're turning Trick kind of like the babyface right now. So I feel like Sammy will do something underhanded and, like, really dig into the heel thing and get a win and really make people be like, just hate the hell out of him. But then he's champion again. So
Yeah.
and that sucks for everyone. Is that what they want? Do they really wanna dig into this hate?
Whatever they do, they have to get some kind of reaction. Because I'm telling you, when he was in the ring and they did the whole thing where he beat up the gingerbread man, I was telling you, like, I'm like, this is kind of like it's a silly thing, but we've seen lots of silly things, but he's having, like, a mental breakdown in the ring, and the crowd looked completely dead to me. Like, I was like, "We're not getting anything. There's no
No, and they
reaction."
really tried to get some mileage out of that too because, like, everybody was, like, talking about it like it was, like, devastating, like he
Yeah.
killed the gingerbread man, like, we're all
Which
in
was all
mourning.
funny. Like, I thought
It
that was
it
funny.
was.
But when they're focused on Sami Zayn in it, like, the idea of it was funny. Sami Zayn was not getting any reaction himself out of
No,
it.
I mean, we've talked about this too. It's kinda dried up, it
Yeah.
seems, like, there's not much going on, good or bad with him. It just seems people like, literally, people were chanting, like, "Just go away,"
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
few weeks ago, and I don't wanna say that, and I don't he's a Canuck, and I want him to succeed, but the reality is right now is this character and everything that they are
Mhm.
doing with it, it's not working.
No, you're right.
And we're in this fury of releases. We're watching people get released that are blowing people's minds, and we're still watching Sami Zayn and PLEs.
Mhm.
What's going on?
Yeah, okay. So through this conversation, I've flipped now. So I think that for the pure reason that if he doesn't win, he will have to literally go away because there's nothing else for him. I do think Sami Zayn's going to win. That's the only way he survives this because otherwise he is already dead in the water. And Trick Williams is popular enough that he could survive that loss. It doesn't really matter. And Sami Zayn can do it underhandedly to preserve the heel momentum and
Well,
you know
that's it.
they have to now that we've
It's
talked about
all
it.
about like the heel train rolling,
Yeah.
right? Like if Sammy wins this match, it is a clear sign that WWE is just putting all their chips on Sammy and the heel
Yeah.
thing. Like, because if this doesn't work, he's gone, and he's not with WWE by next year.
No, no, I think so too. And
If
that's
this
sad.
doesn't work, and it doesn't become they buy him as a heel, and it's working the way it's supposed to work, not Pat McAfee.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like, if it works, then, good on them, but if it doesn't, it's a whole bunch of wasted time, and
yeah.
Sammy's out.
Yeah, we're on the cusp and it could go either way, so they have to do this right. But my prediction is Sami
For
Zayn.
that reason, I'll be there
Yeah.
with you.
All
Yeah.
right. Next on the card, we have finally Io Sky versus Asuka.
Yeah, talk about finally, yeah. This should have been at WrestleMania.
Yeah, when we still had Kyrie Sane.
Yeah, when there was still a reason to have the
Mhm.
match, yes.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I mean, it's EO all day.
for sure. There's no question of that. Io Sky will win this. I in my opinion, I don't see a point in this match anymore without Kyrie Sane involved. And I'm not saying that as a Kyrie Sane fan because I'm not really one. I just think she was a huge part of this story and I think it's silly without her. That being said, um, they have to finish out what they started and I still really like Io Sky, and I like to see her wrestle, and Asuka is entertaining in an odd way. So, I'll be okay with this match, but Io Sky's gonna win it.
Yeah, I would disagree in with the statement that she's entertaining. She's odd, but she's not entertaining. I am like completely baffled at the adoration people have for her. I
We
am
have
baffled.
had some entertainment from Asuka.
She's yeah, she's super weird, and you know, it's not for me. But everybody seems to think that she's just, you know, some amazing in-ring performer. I
No.
gotta say, like, I haven't seen it. Like, there's nothing. There's a bunch of wrestlers, in my opinion, that outperform her in the ring. I find a lot of what she does slow and sort of obvious. You can see what's going to happen before it happens. I mean, Io Sky is miles ahead of her. I think I could name 10 other women in the division that out wrestle her. And yeah, for that reason and a slew of others, Io Sky.
Alright. Io Sky it is. Next on the card, we have Danhausen and Mystery Partner versus The Miz and Kit Wilson. So we'll do a two-parter here. Um, who do we predict will be Danhausen's partner? Or do we have any guesses? And second will be who do you think is going to win the match?
I don't I don't really have any guesses to who's gonna be his partner. To be honest with you, I thought it was strange that people were making predictions. I'm gonna guess that almost every prediction I've heard is incorrect. Um, it's almost never what you expect with stuff like this. So people are saying Jelly Roll. Where's the connection there?
Well, Jelly Roll was involved in with Kit Wilson.
Jelly Roll's supposed to be gone, right? Like he made a statement with well, not with Pat McAfee, but like saying, you know, we've
Right.
kind of done our thing. And it's
We're
time to
out.
walk away. I, I, with that said, they just released the LJN Wave 3, and he's
Yeah,
one of
Jelly
them.
Roll's I
So
don't think
to walk
Jelly
away
Roll's
would
going
be a bit
anywhere.
silly, but I mean, I guess Jelly Roll was not something that I considered because I thought he had just said I'm walking away. So to come back literally at the next PLE is a bit silly. It's like John Cena saying he's retiring and then showing up at every PLE after.
Yeah, well, that could happen.
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe maybe it'll be Jelly Roll. I don't know who Danhausen's picking. Do you have a prediction?
I don't. I read one of them obviously was Jelly Roll. There was a couple more I wanted to make note of and I
Somebody said
forgot.
Shane McMahon.
Yeah, I did see Shane McMahon, and that was solely based on the money connection because Danhausen's obsessed with getting money from people, and then
Human
Shane
monies.
McMahon, human monies. There was another one I
Very
saw
nice,
that
very
somebody
evil.
said Johnny Gargano.
But why?
Because he's like thinks he's cursed right now, unrelated to Danhausen, but he
Yeah,
just,
totally different.
like he already felt that way, right? But they were like, Danhausen will use his powers to uncurse Johnny Gargano and he will be his partner and he'll finally get over with the WWE crowd. That was just a prediction I read. It's not my prediction, but somebody had said that.
Can we just talk about how it's crazy that we're talking about Johnny Gargano potentially being a partner when the New Day was just released?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
come
I
on.
know.
What's
I
happening
know.
here? TKO is
Says
all over the place. We'll get into that later, I guess, but like, man, just weird.
I just have to say, no matter who his partner is, I think Danhausen is
Well, yeah,
winning this match. Like, there's
you
no
took
way.
the words out of my mouth,
It
darling.
doesn't really matter.
Whoever it is, they're gonna need a pop. They're gonna need to, you know, get the crowd going. It's definitely. I mean, Danhausen's got it.
Yeah,
He's not losing this. And you know, to my earlier point, they got the better of him on Raw this week. I think it was Raw.
that's true. Yeah,
So you
that
know,
follows
it
our
lends
pattern.
itself to Danhausen having a good time at Backlash.
Yeah, yeah,
Backlash.
backlash. And he's going up against The Miz, who doesn't often win.
The Miz is really good about putting over the new guy. He's great. I see so many people talk about how much they love the Miz and just love that he's so easy to hate.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like he's such a great heel. And that's the neat thing about wrestling, or one of the many. You know,
It's that outsider thing, right? And when you stick around, it brews well because for him, he was like this reality star that came in. People hated him because he was an outsider. He wasn't a real wrestler and blah, blah, blah. And Logan Paul has that same kind of thing,
yep,
right?
yep.
So The Miz, I find, has it in more of a like, fun loving, humorous kind of way. Although I think Logan Paul is maybe rounding that corner because he's doing sillier things lately, but not definitely not to that degree. But they have that kind of
Yeah, very,
same
very
pattern.
similar kind of,
Yeah.
yeah, heel appeal.
Heel appeal. Oh, that's a fun
Coined
one.
it.
The heel appeal.
Yeah.
There are many
Damn.
styles of
We're
heel
gonna do
appeal.
something with that. That sounds like a shirt.
What's his heel appeal?
Ah, all right.
Okay, that's fun.
Excited
I
about it.
like it. I like when we develop new things. Okay, so we're Danhausen on that. Lastly, on the Backlash card, we have Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu.
Okay. So initially I was thinking like hard to fathom the idea that Roman Reigns, the OTC, 1,300 and some odd days. I can't remember what it is. 13, 16, I think maybe. As champion. Hard to think that he would lose it at the very next PLE after winning it. But I just heard that he's been removed from the advertisements for Raw in June, and people are speculating as to
Interesting.
why that might be. And I mean, listen, that doesn't mean that he's not champion. He wouldn't show up for months as champion before. I think I could be wrong here, but my guess is maybe that they are, Triple H and his creative team are crazy enough right now to maybe throw this Fatu's way. Like they are making him look pretty
Yeah,
wicked.
I want Jacob Fatu to win. I think he should win this. Also, Roman said in his statement, he's not like, I'm back full time for good. He was like, I'm here all summer. What's he gonna do? Be the champ all summer? That's not
Well, I mean, he
interesting.
was the champ for 3 friggin'
Right.
years.
Yeah, when there was no foreseeable end to him, like, being there, and I guess maybe he was back and forth, but the thing is right now, he's like, "I'm gonna be" basically, he made a statement, and was like, "I'm gonna be full-time for the summer." If you look at the black and white words that he said there, I think it's extremely boring to just have him be the champ all summer. Be at the
Yeah, like
top all
maybe
summer.
he takes
He's
it
gotta
back
have
at
some
at
kind of
SummerSlam or something like that.
yeah, something. He's gotta have some kinda chase or it's gonna be boring, I think.
I think that
Maybe not for other people because everybody's just in love with Roman Reigns, but
they are, this is the thing, like, it's weird. It seemed super divided and almost leaning away. Well, I mean, his challenger was Cody, I guess, when we first started really getting into this.
mhm.
And everybody was so behind Cody that, maybe it seemed like he wasn't really that beloved, but people do really love him. He's not bad by any means, but like I don't know. I think that there are better people out there. Seth Rollins, one of them. But, I think that it's more exciting to take this in a different direction.
Mhm.
Be a little different than it was for 3.5 years. Like,
Mhm.
don't do the same old song. Switch it up, make him look a little more vulnerable, maybe create a little bit of instability with the Usos.
Yeah.
Maybe it's their fault that he loses.
There we
I
go.
don't
Yeah.
know. Get something happening there. Then just send Jacob on a rocket ship. Like,
Mhm.
let's go.
Yeah.
This guy
Yeah.
is all gas and no brakes. You
I
know what I mean?
Wow. Rolled that a little bit off your tongue. I think I totally agree. I think that this is where I think sometimes WWE gets it wrong because if they chose to honor their big giant star Roman Reigns and kept him at the top, then Jacob Fatu, who is just skyrocketing in popularity right now, and he has been doing so well. We've thought these last promos that he's been involved in have been just off the charts phenomenal. He's doing a
He's
great
got it
job.
all.
If they ignored that and let Roman win, Jacob Fatu would do another plummet. And that is a foreseeable option. Like that could happen, but I don't think it's going to. I think that Jacob Fatu is going to win. I think Roman needs something to chase for the summer while he's around. And I think that they'll do it right and keep
I think
Jacob
it is
Fatu
an Uso
climbing.
thing because, you look at how much they've been bringing them into the road to this.
Yeah, and Jay's
And they're
been
just
getting
kind
a
of like
little.
walking around, like watching Fatu, like, holy crap. And Jimmy's just like, damn, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you're
true.
whooping
You've
everyone's
pointed that
ass.
out a bunch of times where you're like, I don't know if they're like breaking character, but kind of like they're like, look at
Jimmy's
you.
literally just like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's pretty funny. And I think it gives Roman's still out with his head high if perceived as potentially the Usos' fault or something. I mean, he won for 3 years cheating all the
Yeah.
time. So, I mean, I don't think he's too worried about it. The perception of his brand remains strong either way. They'll come up with something. But yeah, I think it goes the shock way. And I think, yeah, Fatu's going to win this, I
That's
think.
it. Fatu.
Because nobody expects it. I
Yeah.
think everybody making I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched any predictions, if I'm being honest. Like, I really don't know. But I'm gonna guess that most people are gonna guess Roman Reigns is,
Gonna
gonna
win?
win this. But I'm
I don't
flipping.
know. I know. So, if the reaction at WrestleMania gave me anything, it was that I was just like, wow, people really, really love Roman Reigns. And I don't dislike Roman Reigns. I just think I'm a little surprised at how much people still love him given that he is part-time. Like, you know, I'm more there for the people that are there every week. That's how I feel about
Well,
it.
that's a big part of why we love who we love
Yeah.
because we see what
See
they
them all the
give,
time. Yeah.
right? You know,
Yeah.
you're putting in the miles, you're putting in the damage to your body. You're showing up.
Get that we have kind of like a newcomer's point of view because there are a lot of people watching that have followed these storylines for much longer than we've been following them. So, that history that we're missing on some of these people, you built before the few years ago that we started watching. So, I just want to put that out there.
I mean, even with that though, is that to say that I mean, I guess to some degree you put the miles in and you earn the right to
Mhm.
scale back.
Yeah.
Sure. But at the same time, when you scale back, you don't deserve to keep the same spotlight.
And I think for the brand to grow, you do always need to get new fans. And there's a lot of people out there that are just seeing what's happening right now, not what happened 5, 10 years ago. They're not bringing all that historical baggage with them when they watch it. They're just seeing what happens right now. And that's what they're forming their opinions based on. So
Yeah, I mean, you could go back and watch all that stuff on
I don't have time.
Netflix and really
I don't have time.
stir up some emotion.
Yeah.
Courtney from Rock and Wrestling Reviews went back and watched the Montreal Screwjob. She's
I
super mad at
know.
Vince
Yeah.
McMahon from 28 years ago.
I know. Yeah.
So funny.
There's so much that we can consume, but I don't have the time to consume it all. So that's it. That's our predictions.
Did we disagree on anything?
I don't think so.
Oh, man. That's boring, eh?
I know we don't have a clear winner, clear loser, but that's okay. That's okay. Poppin' heat.
Pretty sure you beat me for WrestleMania. I don't think we
I did.
recapped who won. Did we recap who won?
No, we did not recap
But
it,
you
but I
got the
I did
Bellas
win
thing
because we figured out that if the Bellas won, no matter what, I won.
yeah.
Because those,
And
yeah,
the Bellas.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an asterisk win, but I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, take it for
Yeah,
sure. I would.
I'm gonna. That'll bring us to our first segment.
Let's get after it. Top of the pop.
Top of the pop. Predictions. Did you like that?
Oh, yeah.
You copied me right after.
Unexpected.
You
I was
were
like, I'm
right
there.
there. Like,
Let's go.
locked in.
Yep. Nice. Yeah, so we're doing another
Okay.
one of these, folks. We're not gonna comment on last week's Top of the Pop. We're gonna guess
Yeah. Who
who's
we
got
think
Top of the Pop.
is getting the top of the pop. The biggest positive reaction from the crowd at Backlash will go to.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah, go.
I jumped in there.
That's okay.
I'm sneaking.
I have
in.
one, but I'm gonna hear yours first.
I have a prediction, but I don't know who it is.
It's the same one I was gonna say. It's the
Neat.
TBA.
Yeah.
Danhausen's TBA partner.
Whoever Danhausen brings in is getting top of the
Because
pop.
a shock pop
Yeah.
always gets a huge
Gotta love
reaction.
a shock pop. That's right. That's right.
Love a shock pop.
You do.
It's another t-shirt. You know?
Let's go. We're making merch.
Gotta love a shock pop.
Yep. Shall we proceed to segment 2?
Second segment. Let's go.
You suck. Hottest of the heat.
Hottest of the heat. Predictions.
Sweet.
We're mixing it up.
We're having fun tonight. Everybody feeling it?
It is fun. It is
okay.
fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Hottest of the heat. Who do we get?
Mine is not super exciting, but I think I'm gonna be right.
Oh my God, I think.
Are we the same again?
I should go first because I know that you already know.
Okay.
Well, sorry. You know what you think.
Yeah.
Okay, it's what I meant.
Because I'm thinking it. Let's go.
What episode? This is nuts. Okay.
People are getting to know us.
All right. I think it'll be Paul Heyman.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Paul Heyman.
Because he's like he was like winner of our hottest of the heat for like 5 weeks in a row or something.
And the only reason that he's gonna get it is because he's gonna come out and introduce himself before he introduces Braun Breaker, because he won't, just let the announcer do it. So, and then he'll get the heat. So yeah, I think that's what's happening.
Cool.
Yeah.
We've got Paul Heyman and TBA are the winners of
TBA.
Top
Such
of the pop.
a heel. So much heel appeal.
Although if it's Johnny Gargano, I don't think that he'll win top pop.
No, that's right. So it's Heyman with the heel appeal. And sorry, I've already lost the other one. What was the other one?
TBA.
No, the other slogan that we've coined.
Heel appeal. Shock pop.
Shock pop. Okay.
Yeah.
Heel appeal and shock pop.
Yeah. Heel appeal and shock pop. Last segment.
Let's go. The social. Social.
Beautiful.
We got a lot to talk about with the social tonight.
Yeah, we do. Okay. I'm going to do some of the quicker ones first because let's get them out of the way,
Fire away.
Okay, the first one, Chelsea Green just underwent a heart surgery of sorts. What were they calling it? Treatment. I don't know.
Yeah, she had an irregular heartbeat or something, right?
Yeah, so she had something called SVT, which I read the full name of. I cannot pronounce it, but something to do with an arrhythmia or irregular heart rhythm.
Yeah.
And she said on X, on her social media, that during her latest episode during WrestleMania week, her resting heart rate got pushed to 228 beats per minute for almost 15 minutes. That's wild. That's really, really, really high. So yeah, she underwent like a 3-hour procedure. Procedure was the word I was looking for. She had to be awake for the last hour of that procedure.
Damn.
But apparently it wasn't super invasive and they do expect that she will recover quite quickly. But she has been semi out with an ankle injury, so she's kind of already been away. So this kind of, sucks, but good that she's getting the treatment that she needs because apparently this has been an ongoing condition for like 10 years. She's been having issues.
I've been seeing her do the Bond thing with Tiffy a little bit recently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was this on Raw,
Julia
I guess,
and
just
what's
this
her
past
name
one.
there?
Yeah.
Kiana.
Kiana James.
That's right.
Yeah, and we're kinda hoping that, Chelsea Green and Tiffany Stratton somehow end up in a tag team
I think they do a
together.
couple TikToks together too,
Yeah,
actually.
they're friends because I saw they went to Coachella together. I saw TikToks of that they went together,
It
but
seems like they would get along
they would make a great tag team. Hilarious, I think.
for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Tiffany Stratton is underrated for comedy, I think. Like,
Oh yeah, I
she's
mean,
really funny.
like I say, they're very similar. I mean,
Yeah.
Chelsea digs in a lot more to the comedy side of it, but yeah, I mean, Tiffany.
I think when Tiffany Stratton had her whole thing with Nia Jax going on before, there was so much
There was
comedy.
for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Love that. So I hope that they get together.
So hopefully she'll be all right.
Yeah.
That's another Canuck, by the way. Canuck
Yeah.
means Canadian for our
I know
US
you've used that
viewers.
word a couple times, and I'm like, I think the majority of people that watch us from the States, and they probably don't know what that word is.
Really, eh? Well,
Yeah.
hey, now you know.
Canuck. It means Canadian.
Yeah. I don't know why. I just know that it does.
Okay. Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, on what do you want to talk about on his podcast this week? He said that he's concerned that we're overloading fans with business metrics, pulling back the curtain too much. He says that he believes, as fans, you should just want to come out, cheer for who you like, boo who you don't like, get involved in the storylines and not worry about how much we're selling and what's going on behind the scenes and who's getting let go and who's staying. And, we shouldn't be so much on the business end of things because people will lose interest in the product.
He's not wrong.
Hmm.
You know, we were talking about this a little bit earlier. I think with a lot of things that become extremely popular, the mistake is often made of overexposing and trying to milk everything that you can, strike while the iron's hot. The thing about WWE is it's been around for so long. And yes, it's big right now and there's a different machine running things, but you can't just act like it just all of a sudden became popular and you gotta, just get while the getting's good. It's really messing with the hardcore fan right now.
Hmm.
They're not liking the way that this is going. Um, things need to change.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think that, yeah, like we were saying earlier, you just oversaturate.
When they, historically, when brands or products or whatever it is, it does that thing, tries to make a billion different things out of it, it wears thin and people lose interest.
Yeah.
Taking this, doing the Unreal series is, I think, more than what people require.
Yeah.
Like there's more than enough, too much social media in our faces to
Mm.
give us more than we want because spoilers are all over the place. Like, we don't need to know the direction all the time. Surprises are nice.
Yeah.
And as much as Unreal is telling us things from the previous year, it's not a spoiler. It's sort of a spoiler in the sense that now we're thinking about, okay, well, how is this going to play out in Unreal next year? And we don't need to be doing that. I think there was nothing wrong with how it was before. We didn't need more.
Yeah. And you take some of the magic away. That's the magic of it is, wanting to pretend that it's not predetermined.
We still every single episode, it feels like there's a moment where we're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
that wasn't supposed to happen," or
Yeah.
like, we live for those moments, those off script or the botches, like whatever we perceive to be like, "Oh, that's the thing they didn't plan."
Hmm.
Right? Like that's
And
what
we don't need to know.
we
The
want
fun is in the
the
wondering.
real, like so Unreal is not really feeding us what
Yeah.
we want. I I get that there's a lot of people that are into it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope it goes away, to be honest.
Leave us wondering. I want the lines to be blurred and I want them to stay blurred. I don't want to feel like the lines are blurred. I wonder what's real. I wonder what's not. And then 2 months later, you release an episode that tells me all of that information. The fun is in the wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind reading on social media that like, oh, that was, off script last night. They weren't supposed to do that. I'm like, oh, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take that. I don't need your show to tell me next year that all those things I was thinking were exciting.
Yeah.
No, they weren't.
Yeah.
You just were that smart and planned around it to make me think that.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to stop me from getting excited like that,
Yeah. Yeah. So good on Cody Rhodes campaigning for keeping the light alive, you know?
Attaboy, Cody.
All right, then we get into so I have Nick Khan, WWE President Nick Khan has signed a new deal that will keep him with the company through December 31st, 2030. Under the new agreement, his salary remains at $2 million through the end of 2026, but will rise to $3 million per year after that. He is also eligible for an annual bonus targeted at 150% of his base salary for 2026, roughly $3 million, and 200% from 2027 through to the end. Um, this is insane. Just to tie into this, something that everyone's been talking about, and we were talking about when we were talking about this earlier, is that simultaneously, while this is happening, a lot of wrestlers are being faced with salary cuts, especially upper mid card wrestlers. They're either being pushed on them like 50% salary cuts, or being told if you don't like it, leave.
Yeah, the
Which
ones who aren't being fired.
I actually read today when I was reading this that the New Day that that's actually I don't know for sure, but I read in this article that that is actually what happened. That they were told that their salaries would be cut by 50% or they could leave, and they chose to leave.
Wow.
I don't know if that's true. It was in my reading to do with this Nick Khan thing, but
That's interesting. Hard, yeah. Who knows? Try asking wrestlers to reduce their salary is a bit ridiculous. You know, using a lack of house shows and as much as you thought they were going to work originally as a reason to not give them wage increases is one thing,
mhm.
right? So to limit or deny an increase for the following year, that's one thing, but to try and take away what you've already agreed to, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I mean, in what profession would it not be ridiculous?
Mhm.
It's totally absurd, and it makes this monster corporation TKO look terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you already did not look wonderful. Like there's a lot of questionable things under your ownership, and this just throws fuel on the fire. What do you say? I mean,
I don't know.
it's really there's so many people just saying that TKO is sort of destroying this thing that has historically been so beloved and remains so important for so many people. If anything has the potential to truly destroy it, maybe it is TKO.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the same anymore. There is competition, and you had made a comment earlier about that there likely will be more competition coming in the wrestling world.
In the
Um,
next 10 years, there's a new
yeah,
promotion that will launch and it'll be big. It'll be a player. I'm almost certain of that. Because WWE is creating the room for it.
yeah. And that's the thing. They're not being cautious enough with what they have. We're being a little too arrogant. With the situation here, and it is opening up space for somebody else to come in. People are complaining they don't want as much ad to sit through all of the advertising. They don't want to pay all the high ticket prices. Good wrestlers are going to be pushed out because they're being paid less when the company is making, all-time highs. So I think that they're making poor choices for the future. It may be making them a lot of money right now, but it's not a long game.
No, and what happens is WWE turns a lot of these people into celebrities, turns them
Mhm.
into stars, and then releases them out to the world for somebody else to go,
To
"Oh,
collect them
okay."
all up, yeah.
Like, "Thanks."
Yeah.
So, there's only so much room in the other promotions, and I think that as this TKO machine continues to do what it's doing, there's gonna be enough big names that are gonna go, "Hey, guys, remember what Cody did a few years back?
Yeah.
Like, let's do that."
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
it's gonna work.
Yep.
There'll be another one in the next 10 years, something else. Or one of the other current small players might, lift their game and start to become an actual player. But no, I actually think somebody new is gonna get in the game.
I'm with you on that. I think so too. More options for us.
Yeah.
Lastly, on the social, very last thing I wanted to mention, we had a post get a little bit of popularity on
Did we?
TikTok. Yeah. We weren't watching it every 10 minutes. But yeah, we had a post that we put up, we're still a small time, so we had a post that went up that got very popular very quickly about Paige and her not having side plates yet. Lots of people commenting on
A
that.
variety of comments.
Yeah,
Yes.
variety of comments. Some negative, some positive. A lot of people were like thinking we're just dumb for posting this. A lot of people were joining in the conversation. A lot of people were saying they were wondering the same thing. So it was a huge variety. Some people just came because they thought I was zooming in on Paige's boobs.
Yeah,
So
and we knew that was gonna happen. Based on the video we were posting, we kind of thought there's gonna be
not
people that'll take
beforehand
that road.
though. I took that video not meaning to do that. And then
Clearly.
afterwards you were like,
I do before we get into what this last little part is actually about, I want to say that the point of that we were trying to make in that video is yes, we know that Paige was a last minute announcement. We're not stupid, okay? We realize that she was a last minute thing. We've heard the stories. They were in the hospital at the same time when Nikki was getting her footwork done, blah 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 blah. We know all of that. What we were trying to say is the idea of them winning the titles must have been a super last minute decision if 2 weeks after Mania, the side plates still aren't done. Because we all know that side plates are replaced generally very quickly, whether you've had them in the past or
yeah.
not. Like, that it was something worth commenting on based on the time
And
that had
I'm just
passed.
surprised they don't like for somebody like Paige, she is gonna be a title holder. Like she just is going to be, regardless of this
Yeah.
situation. Even if this didn't happen, she is going to be a title holder. I'm surprised they don't just make people side plates.
It's just everyone, whether you've
Well,
won a
I don't
championship,
know.
side plates for
Not
you.
everyone, but Paige, like she
I
is
want some
going to
side
hold the
plates, damn
title.
it.
Anyways, I guess maybe that's naive of me, but I just feel like if the star is big enough, I'm surprised you're not just prepared.
But a lot of
But
people
anyway,
made a lot of nasty comments just like, "Duh,
yeah,
of
well,
course it was
it's to be
last minute." And
expected.
I was like, "Okay, you kinda missed the point we were trying to make." But anyways, along comes our friend, Soraya,
Blue check mark, Soraya commented on our post.
to clear everything up for us, folks, and basically tell us that, yes, not only was it last minute, but it was so top secret that the props department was not made aware, so there would be, less people to
They
potentially
did
spoil
not
the surprise.
order her side plates.
So, we weren't crazy.
Yeah.
It was unusual that she didn't have her side plates, but
And also, even if we were crazy, we weren't crazy for posting it because it got Soraya to
that's
comment on
right.
it,
Whatever
Paige.
you think of it,
Yeah.
Soraya commented on our post, and that is one of the coolest things that's happened to us since we started this crazy
Yeah.
ride.
It was worth it.
And she told us that the side plates are on the way.
Yeah.
So, wait for it.
Yeah. So
Okay?
wait for it. They're coming. Totally worth it. Worth all the mean comments that I spent all day responding to.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the video, go check it out. It's on our social media,
Yeah.
TikTok. It's pretty wicked.
Yeah, you can find all of our social media videos at all of the different social medias: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X/Twitter, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, did I say that already? Probably. At Poppin' Heat. We're at POPNHEAT.
Yeah, we're playing it fast and loose tonight. I don't know if you repeated one of those or not, but like, what's the harm in repeating, right?
I don't
Like,
know. It doesn't
drive the
matter.
message
I'm
home.
having a good time.
You know, it's a crazy episode.
Just letting the words flow
They're
out.
all crazy episodes. And if you want to check out all our crazy episodes, all 52 of them, you can
52.
check them out audio versions on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Audible, YouTube Music, and you can always check out the video version right here on YouTube.
That's right. Check us out next week. We'll hopefully have some celebrations going on for all of our correct predictions of
Yeah.
Backlash.
Telling you how we got all our predictions totally right.
Yeah.
Odds are, historical data would tell you that that's likely
That
not
doesn't
going to
typically
happen.
happen. No.
But we're going to have a lot of fun talking about it. So
Yeah.
hopefully you'll join us for that.
Yep. Like, subscribe, comment, and come back and see us next week.
Yeah. We'll see you next week, guys.
Thanks.
Thanks so
Bye.
much. Bye-bye.